Moorhead's first coach, Chuck Watson, his age is starting to catch up to him just a bit. And he could not, really wanted to, but could not make the trip tonight to be with us here. But he has asked that if Dave Morinville would be so kind as to read a letter that he has written in greetings and in congratulations to the program, if he would do so. Please welcome now Dave Morinville.
Well, I just got this letter, so bear with me, I'll read it here. But Chuck Watson, if you don't know, was our first coach and really fought the fight for Moorhead hockey. There was a lot of people in Moorhead that did not really want hockey in Moorhead, if you can believe that. And he fought the fight. So, say you people by the bar, could you listen or go out in the hallway and drink? I think that's what we want you to do. Is that okay? So, it's been hard. I don't know, people don't want to hear me, but with the next speaker, Jon Ammerman, comes up, they want to hear Jon. That's what we're here to do, and they'll be quick and short. So, but Chuck fought the fight, and here's a letter he wrote. Greetings from Chuck Watson, first coach. Hi, hockey people, 50 years, wow. It seems like yesterday that parents asked for a hockey program at the high school, and their sons were playing at Lamb Park, Ulm Park, Hansman Park, and Northeast Park. We used to call them the Hansman Hackers back in our day, just to throw that in there. The park board seemed like a natural progression. We wanted to further development. After much discussion, the school board agreed to try it. I was available to coach, and off we went. I was very excited to watch and read how the teams have been doing through the years under the direction of some excellent coaches. Hockey has been a big part of my life and as of the young men I have come to know through Moorhead Hockey. I am extremely proud to be associated with all of you. To be affiliated with Moorhead Hockey, the program is truly an honor. Best wishes to all. Go Spuds, Chuck Watson. That was pretty cool. First off, I'll have one Pebbles story. When I got hired at Moorhead, I had to go and do the equipment. And I go over to the high school, and Don goes, you got to go and meet with Pebbles, okay? So I talked to Pebbles, and I've known Pebbles for a while before that. And Pebbles goes, hey, blah, 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 blah. And he goes, just remember, I'm with you all the way, winter tie. So that was the key word that was. So I knew right away, you know, Cully set up a pretty good program here. I was like, yeah, I get it. So I got a feeling where the pressure was on. And first off, let's give a round of applause to this guy. How long has Larry Knutson been here for this thing? Huh? Very deserving. And I know Jay Carlson's here, but is Tom Alseth here? Tom, would you stand up? This is Tom Alseth. Tom Alseth was the first player drafted that played at Moorhead High, and the first player for Moorhead High to win a national college championship. And the reason I'm saying that is Stu and Joe Nigg were saying it was only Nick Larson. Tom, thanks for coming, and congratulations on a great career. You know, it's kind of crazy. When Chuck wrote the letter and stuff, and I started reading it, I thought about back in my day at Ulm Park. And I remember playing at Ulm Park, and Zoots and Zootses and the Pfeiffers and everybody else used to beat up on me, and I wasn't very good at the time. So guess where I was? I was a goalie. So that's how it all started with me. And to take a look at it now, to see where everything in this program is just, I mean, it's really moving. I remember the Coliseum was built in 1969. There was a reason you wanted to play on the varsity, because you got to go on practice at 6:30 instead of 5:15 in the morning. So there was some true incentive to make that. And Chuck Watson fought the fight. Mike Hyastik was his assistant. He moved in to be head coach and did an outstanding job. He left. Terry Shercliffe came in, brought in the idea of the orange jackets, if you remember those things that we got. And everybody started wearing those, was proud to be from Moorhead Hockey. And then Terry Cullen got hired. And I'll tell you what, Terry Cullen and Terry Shercliffe together, and Terry, you guys moved our program to another level. In that 1992 game, I did the color commentating for the state hockey tournament with Larry. I had to carry Larry the whole time, as you know. But you sat there and I watched that, and I saw how proud all the alumni, the first team and stuff like that, everybody was happy and really pulling for you guys. And Thank you, Terry, and for all you've done to our program here. But when you think about it, the Coliseum was built in 1969. We had a new high school in 1972. In 1972, we had the first time where we skated at Centennial Arena. And then the Moorhead Sports Center was built. And later on, the Moorhead Youth Hockey Arena. But you know what's interesting is when the high school was built, they built a basketball court, they built a wrestling room, built a pool. Did they build a hockey arena? No, they didn't. So guess who made all the things happen for the hockey arena at Centennial, the hockey arena for youth hockey, the Moorhead Sports Center? It's everybody that's been involved with Moorhead hockey that has raised that money and got it done. And that is everybody in this room. That's the main reason, like Terry really hit the nail on the head. We have some very, very passionate people about Moorhead hockey. Hockey people are passionate. And we're very fortunate to have that strength and that bond for our hockey team, and that is what made our program really grow, to get all those things done. And just all the volunteers here, the moms, the dads, the coaches, all those things. And people always say, and like Terry brought it up, you know what? Sure, Moorhead's never won a state championship. But you take a look, since 1992, what team in town has had the most success of going to the state tournament, being successful at the state tournament, maybe not winning it, but it's been this program that has set a bar when Terry Cullen took over and moved it on, and we've had a great, great group of guys. And like I always say, there's more than winning a championship, there's many ways to being a champion, and I think Terry hit the nail on the head about having character. We've had a lot of great, great players. I was very fortunate to play here and coach here at Moorhead High. I mean, I had some great assistant coaches. You know, you mentioned Terry Shirkliff. I mean, what a great help he has been for our program for many, many years. You know, Josh Arnold, Eric Grafstrom, Pete Cullen, Greg Selvold. I'm thinking, I can't remember one other guy. He was kind of our quiet guy on our staff. Oh, Rory Sandvig, that's right. He coached with us too. I forgot. He was kind of a quiet one on our staff, but I remember Rory too. And then some of our players. And we've talked about, and I'll tell you what, when you talk about the great players, we talked about Brian, Jason Blake, Ryan Kraft, you know, Jon Ammerman obviously now is coaching here. You take a look at the Cullens, and now you take a look at a guy like Matt Cullen. Matt Cullen's on break. Where does he go to break? Not to Florida like all the other guys are going. Matt Cullen is where? Where's Matt at? It's right here. And talk about a real point to our program. Where is Matt? Is he back there? There he is. Matt, thank you for coming, because I know where a lot of your partners that are playing with you are doing right now, and they sure didn't hop on a plane to fly up here. But besides just being a great player, you have been a guy that has been a real role model for our program. First player from Moorhead to hit 1,000 games. That's a great goal, and congratulations to you and your great career that you've had in being not just a great player, but a class act off the ice too. And that says a lot. Well, I want to get out of here and end it, because I know that Larry has to get back to the cemetery and return the suit that he's got on, so I better get going.
Glad you brought that up. There is this story about this gentleman that was aged and was getting old, and he knew things were coming to a close. And when he was put into the cemetery, and as he's buried there, on his right side, there are 2 identical headstones. And on the left side also, there were 2 identical headstones. All right, Mr. Morinville, where is he? In the middle of the cemetery. You're right, Terry, they don't get any better. I've been asked a couple of times in recent weeks, and especially this last week, if there was a moment in Spud hockey that I might remember above all else. And I think it has to go back to the 1994 section championship game at St. Cloud State University against Elk River. Unbeaten, #1 ranked Elk River, #3 ranked Moorhead, meeting in basically a brand new venue. End of regulation, we're tied. Everybody is still at the top, bursting with energy and enthusiasm. First overtime is over and we're still tied. The energy is still there, the enthusiasm is still there. We go into a second overtime. After 2, you could start to see things settling down just a bit. They're running out of gas, and I'm talking about the fans. In the third period of overtime, it was almost quiet. Everybody had spent themselves. There was absolutely no energy left whatsoever. We head to a fourth overtime, and we've already met one of the individuals that had to put an end to things. In fact, we've met both of them. Matt Cullen and Rob Grammer teamed up, bingo, bango, we're on to the state tournament. And that's the way it turned out. Spuds winning that one in the fourth overtime. And that is a defining moment, I think, for Spuds hockey. Well, as the progression of coaches has gone along, we've mentioned all, including Pete Cullen, who was in there after Dave, and it has progressed from there, and we take the next step down to a former Spud that has played his hockey here, went on to play at St. Cloud, and he now is the head coach, one of the youngest head coaches ever into the state of Minnesota. Please welcome Jon Ammerman.
All right, welcome. I will be quick, and I do mean that. One, thank you all for coming. Our kids had an incredible experience today because of you. That was something that they haven't experienced before, and hopefully they made you proud in how hard they worked. The second period was pretty fun, and for us to finish a game like that is something we haven't really done this year. So it was awesome as a coach. I was fortunate enough to have a lot of those experiences with some pretty full crowds. Our kids haven't yet, and they deserve to. And tonight was something they deserved. They've worked hard, and they've been a part of a pretty special program. So I'm glad that you guys took time out of your winter to come and watch our version of the Spuds. It's never bad when you beat Roseau in the end, right? So thank you. Thank you. But I'll start out with some thank yous just for today. It was a long time and a lot of effort. Pretty fancy header that I have here. But a few people were pretty integral in putting this together. Not only this, I mean, this is pretty incredible. The rink, the day, it was outstanding. I hope that you not only got to watch our team, but another Spud team today, whether it was in-house or Squirts, Pee-wees, Bantams, everywhere in between, our girls program. They had a great win too, right? Played incredible against Davies. So good for us as Spuds, good for us being from Moorhead and something to be proud of. But first, Ralph Maynard has really been integral in putting this together. He has had a hand in everything that's happened today, and that's from inviting you to putting this together, and everything as small as just piecing it all together. So Ralph, job well done. Nice job. Lane Hansen is a past president. And jumped on board when I was looking for somebody to help us out. A year ago, this was an idea, and I didn't do a lot of this. I was waiting for somebody to pick up the reins, and Lane stepped up and was also right there with Ralph in making this happen too. So thank you. I'm going to roll down a few here. Brian Stavanger is going to talk next. I'll let him talk about himself. He'll do a good job of it. But he's our current president and has been very, very helpful and supportive. Jeremy Bear Gregoire and Rob Grammer in the youth hockey side of things, the hockey side. Mr. Haugo, Dean Haugo, arranged for Roseau to come down on Saturday and obviously put on a great event. Brian Cole with the orchestra today, they did an incredible job. Not bad for some 6th graders, right? And I'm going to group this together with the social committee from top down. Our parents of our current team put this together from what we were going to eat to the stuff outside the doors. Oh, geez. And it's been way better than I would have ever expected. The office, Julie and Elaine in the Youth Hockey Association, Arnold in the alumni group. Many of you are a part of it. And that's what makes us special, I think, is our ability to tap into those resources. Moorhead Public Schools, and then finally our current parents in the planning of it. So thank you to everybody. I think they all deserve a round of applause. And finally, thank you to you. You're what made the event special, not only from what you did prior to today, but also today. You know, blood, sweat, and tears put into making this program what it is, and now our kids got an experience because of you coming. And I hope you had fun. I hope that you spend a lot of money on those jerseys in the back. But I hope you have good conversation with people that you haven't seen for a long time. Okay, so I'll talk a little bit about my experience as a Spud, as a player and a coach. And I've said it quite a bit. I am a product of the program because of the people that are here today. From my parents to the coaches that I had and the mentors, and the players too. They made me who I was, and I'm lucky and fortunate to be a part of this program. But what has made it even more special is now coming full circle and being the coach. Moorhead is a special place, and you made it special. You're the ones that made today possible. So thank you. Thank you to our kids for playing a heck of a game. And thank you to Larry for putting this together and coming up here and doing a good job. So thank you, everybody. Our kids are great kids. They've done a great job, and we're going to do our best to make you guys proud in the coming weeks. Thank you.